basically, okay, good. So now that we are going to start the proper, allow me to share my screen so that we can go through this step by step. Will be a lot easier. Okay, hold on. Oh, still got people coming in. Okay, hold on. Good. Let me share. Admit. Oh, okay, good. Can you all see my screen now? Actually, you all can see my screen, right? Okay, okay, good. Now, first of all, welcome to our first English session of a Zoombinar. Okay, first English session of Zoombinar. And then hold on. I have people still coming in now. Hold on. Okay, let me check. Hold on. Let me just stop sharing first. Okay, wait. Now my computer. Okay, wait. Stop sharing. Hold on. Okay, wow, so many people coming in now. Okay, wait. Okay, hold on. Now, where are you? Hold on. Allow me to allocate one person. Tuti, kakak, would you mind help me or not? Tuti, you're online, right, Tuti? Okay. Yes, would you mind help me? I'm going to give you co-host. Yeah, if anybody were to come in, you help me to admit them, can? If anybody were to come in, you help me to admit them. Just that means I allow them to come in. So let me set you up as the co-host, so that it's easy for you to help me to admit them. If not halfway through talking, then they all come in. Okay, okay. All right, Kaka, you are the co-host now. Okay. So whoever that comes in, you just click admit for them. Thank you very much. So let's start. Okay, very good. Very good evening. Let's start. Okay. It will be a lot easier. Hold on. Let me just go in here. Okay, good. Okay. Now I'm going to show you. You can see. This one. Okay. Now, basically, very simple. Take a closer look. Let me double check whether am I doing some record. Am I recording this or not? Hold on. Because I realize I have request people ask me to record. Okay, good. All right, awesome. This is going to be fun. Okay, now English is very much my more powerful language, so it will be a lot easier. Now, before I start, let's have a disclaimer here. Now, the content herein stated is solely for health knowledge purposes, for attendees to have a very clear understanding on why health is a logical thing. Most important of all, whatever testimonies or sharing is purely based on individual's user experience. It does not replace the medical treatment or medication that's prescribed by the individual doctors. Okay, please remember this. Please seek for medical advice by the doctors when it comes to critical condition or medical condition. And the information here provided is only for your own reference. Trainers and coaches or speakers in these sessions moving forward will not be held liable for any misinterpretation of the information herein stated. Now, why I have to put this disclaimer? Because moving forward, there are more and more sessions online, and there will be a lot of medical situation or critical situation. So I do not want people to anyhow just take the information and then assume that what we say correct, and then they just apply and then change and then tell their doctors that they are not good. So it should not be replacing the medical treatment. When someone is sick, always advise them to actually talk to the doctors, because the doctors will have a better diagnosis of what is going on. But what we have in our center is actually fundamental basic health knowledge to combine working together with what the doctors and the medical treatment can do. So bear in mind, it does not replace that. So every time when someone were to ask you, my sister got this problem, I have a friend got this problem, that person got this problem, always be very, very calm and ask them what is actually going on and what is the present situation before we give them any suggestion. Okay, remember, we are not medical professionals. We are not a doctor. We cannot give them advice. We can only give them suggestion and provide them the information for them to have a better understanding how they can actually win this game against the disease. Okay, So having said this, now moving forward, okay, throughout the whole session, Tuti, please take note, for those people who are having questions, okay, for those people who are having questions, please in the text box, you put QQQ and then ask your question so that Katuti can actually understand these are questions. So I can see and then I can know that these are questions, okay? So Katuti, you understand? So those who want to ask question, please put a QQQ, 3Q in front before you type your questions so that it will be a lot easier for us to identify. The last session we have 80 over people, and someone asks a question, we will skip, we will miss when you don't put the QQQ. Okay, bear in mind, put QQQ so that we will be able to understand that this is a question for us and we can address for it. Okay, good. Now let's move on. Basically, when it comes to health knowledge, please bear in mind, this is very important. There are 3 levels. There are 3 basic levels when it comes to health. The very first one is our mental health, okay? Our mental health. The second level is our physical health. The third one is our spiritual health. There are 3 different levels, okay? Now, health is a very logical thing, but our mental state, okay, our mental state have a lot of different definitions. So some of the definition we have are when you are sick, you go and see a doctor. So that's our mental health. Throughout the entire process that we are growing up, the brainwashing, the programming, and the lack of fundamental knowledge of what is going on. Then the next one on physical health. Based on science and the law of life, we all know our body can heal by itself, provided we put the right ingredient in. Active aging without sickness is what we are looking for. So it's not so much about anti-aging. It is how do we age actively and not bedridden. The reason why when we were born, birth, we grow old, we fall sick, and then we die. These are the 4 normal stages. Most people are not afraid of dying, but they are very afraid of going through the sickness phase, okay? So having said this, bear in mind that as long as we are able to gear our physical health towards active aging, I tell you, we are pretty much very, very happy until the day we go back home, in that sense, okay? The next one, spiritual. Now, spiritual health is something that is, I will not touch on because this is of a next higher level, because got to do with higher spirit, got to do with the Almighty, got to do with the God in us, different belief systems that we have, and different religion that we have. Always, if you can, okay, if you are if you're Muslim, means talk to Allah. If you are Christian, means talk to Jesus. If you are in Buddhism, please talk to Buddha. Trust me, spiritual health, sometimes we can't see, but what we cannot see is actually more powerful from time to time to align us, okay? Now, today, our main focus is not so much of the spiritual, but rather on 2. Based on individual preference, we will actually coach on the mental as well as the physical, okay? Bear in mind, in ASENTAR, we focus only on 2, which is the mental health as well as the physical health. Now, what do we mean by mental health? Okay, let's take a closer look. Mental health is divided into 3 different stages. Okay, first of all, they have the definition of health. To most people, the definition of health is actually no sick, no pain. But the truth is, you and I know the definition for individual at different stage in life is very different. So what is your definition? You yourself got to ask from time to time at this point, at this stage, ask yourself this question: what is your definition of health? If today your health definition is no sick, no pain, then welcome. This is exactly what is going on throughout, okay, throughout the entire environment in the society today. But there are people, the definition of health is no more medication. There are some people, definition of health, it's I can run, I can walk. There are some definition of health is I have the energy to do whatever I want. Okay, that's one part, all right? The second definition, second set, is the definition of being sick. Okay, definition of being sick. Some, trust me, different people at different demographics, different age group, they will have different definition when it comes to sickness. Okay, when it comes to sickness. Now, for example, in the normal general one will be down with immobility, cannot do anything that you want, cannot do anything that I want. So sometimes if you have after today, tonight, do a homework, write down what is your definition of sickness. And then next one, what is your definition of health? If you are able to write down the answer, you will be surprised. Sometimes, okay, I repeat, sometimes your definition of health and your definition of sickness mentally is in conflict. I repeat one more time. After you write down and then you do a comparison, you will realize sometimes your definition of health and your definition of sick is actually directly in conflict. Okay, so this is something that for you to take note. This is actually mental health. You have to be able to align. The next one is a definition of medicine. To a lot of people, when you are sick, I got pain, alamak susah, I got fever, straight away what do? They will straight go to paracetamol, Panadol. They go to 7-Eleven, they just grab that, because it is long-lasting programming in our mind from television and from everywhere else, that if you get a high fever, go to pharmacy or go to 7-Eleven, buy a paracetamol or a Panadol, you can get it done. You catch a cold, you get a Panadol. Those are what we call quick fix. I repeat one more time. These are what we call quick fix. Quick fix is to help you feel better. But they never say quick fix will help you to resolve, bring your body back to the original condition. I repeat one more time. Feel good, feeling better does not mean the original condition is being reversed. Okay, I give an example. I'm going to use a very clear example later on so that you understand. Okay, on the analogy of apple tree. The last one is the definition of food. This is the one that we can control most of the time. 99.999%, this is one we can control. However, the definition of food for the longest time is what I like to eat and what I love to eat. Every time most of us go into the food court, go into the restaurants, go into some happening place or makan, when you go in, we will never be taught, we will never ask a question, say today what my body needs to eat. We will always ask, what do I love to eat today? What I would like to eat today. See, what we like to eat, what you like to eat, what you love to eat, does not mean what your body really needs. The key here is this: if today we are not considering putting our body at the first most important priority when choosing the type of food that we want to eat, then the chances are the food that we put in will most likely will not be so good for the body. It will become a rubbish because it's all catered to the taste bud that we have for that particular moment and that particular feeling. Okay, so understanding this, let's move on. Okay, in ASENTAR, our definition is very clear. Health is about getting younger and younger every day. Now, why is health is getting younger and younger every day? Very simple. Let's do a logical comparison. When you are age 20, compared to a guy that's age 40, when you become 40, you compare. At age 40, would you feel better, younger, more energetic at age 20? The answer is yes. If you fall down at age 40 and you fall down at age 20, would you get up faster? The answer is yes. At age 20, you get up faster. Now imagine this, at 40 and age 60, if you get a cut at age 60 and you get a cut at age 40 and 60, which year will you recover faster and rejuvenate faster? The answer is very obvious. It's always at 40 you will recover faster. So having said this, now you got to ask yourself a very logical question. If today the body is at 40, but you are age 60, that means at age 60, but you have a body of a 40 years old and function like the 40, are you healthy? The answer is yes, because you're more energetic than the normal 60, you recover faster than the normal 60, you are definitely aging actively better than the rest of your peers who are 60 years old. So if let's say you are 40, but you have a body of a 20 years old, what does it tell you? It means you are able to handle a lot of things that the 40 years old who are your peers, that they cannot handle. You recover faster, you are able to get up faster at age 20. All right. So if that is the case, the definition of health, if you can, it's time to start adopting. I want to age actively. Don't tell yourself, I want to age anti-aging. We cannot anti-age. Actually, the truth is, we will all grow old, but look like 20 years old. You want to grow old now? I don't mind growing old looking at 20. You understand what I'm trying to say? I don't mind. I do not mind grow old to become 65 years old, but still look like today and like a 30 plus. I don't mind. I know Osman would love it at the age of 45, 65, but Osman looks like 35. I tell you, everywhere he go, he will wear full suit. He will with the tuxedo look. Everywhere he will go, he will be better than any gigolo I ever know, man. You understand what I'm saying? So the key here is this. All of us love to be actively aging gracefully. Not so much of anti-aging, but aging gracefully, so that we are able to look good, feel good, move good while we are aging. That's what we want. So in ASENTAR, that's exactly what we are driving at. Okay, so understanding this, let's zoom in now. Talking about the definition of food, this is the number one problem that all of us have. Trust me, the reason why we are sick is because of this particular situation. Let me zoom in. I'm going to use a apple tree analogy and show you. Okay, just imagine human body is like an apple tree. Just imagine this, okay? Now, when the apple tree comes out bad apple, the chances are what we will do, we will go and see a doctor, and then what the doctor do, they will recommend us all the medical treatment and everything else to make us feel good, so that we don't feel so bad, we don't feel so lethargic, we don't feel uncomfortable. But they will never say that the medication or whatever it is able to turn our bad apple become brand new good apple again. They have never said that. They just made us feel good. But that doesn't mean the bad apple will become good apple. Okay? Now, here comes the next logical question. If the entire bad apple, okay, continue to come out, if the tree keeps coming out bad apple, the next question we have to ask ourselves logically, is the tree being the problem or the apple being the problem? Logically, you take a look. I have checked so many countries, okay? When I ask this specific question, everybody will always say, of course, our brother, it's always the tree, because the tree got problem, that's why continue to come out bad apple. However, in the market, when someone is falling sick, they will always ask the bad apple question. They will never ask the tree question. You understand what I'm trying to say? So this is so much of brainwashing we are getting. The logical question, if the human body is like an apple tree, you keep getting bad apple means something is wrong with the tree. So if today in the health condition, if your body keep coming out critical medical condition, having situation, is definitely not the symptom. It is always your body. What did you do to your own body? That's the key, okay? So understanding the tree is the problem, let's zoom in. Let's take a closer look. What is going on below the tree where the roots are? What is happening to the roots? Usually, what happened to the roots have two things. One, okay, basically they are toxin overload. That means what's supposed to be removed from the body never removed properly. The toxin accumulated throughout the years, 10, 20, 25 years, 30 years, the toxin overload and the body cannot handle anymore. And second part is the right ingredient never put in, okay? That means the right ingredient never put inside for the tree to grow properly, to work on the cells and do rejuvenation. Why I say that? Because the key about law of life, everyone knows this. Based on the law of life, our skin cells renew and change every 28 days. And then our red blood cells renew every 125 days. Our body will renew every 7 years, except our bone, because our bone takes 10 years to renew. So imagine this, when you cut your skin tear, 28 days, new skin cell repair, okay? And then our bone crack, 10 years, slowly, 3 months later, they will grow, but to renew the whole thing takes about 10 years. And then our colon, the digestive system inside our stomach, our colon, between 7 days to 14 days, the cells over there to renew. Now, so part by part, they will renew all over. In 7 years, they will renew brand new, except the bone. Bone takes 10 years. Now, the next question is, what ingredient do you put in to allow this rejuvenation, renewal process takes place? Imagine if you dump rubbish in, the rubbish will be used as ingredient to rebuild your body. So no wonder after 10 to 20 years, logically, you are full of shit in that sense. You understand? Your body will have a lot of problems, okay? So having said this and understanding this, let's take a closer look. The most logical question is, how do we find a way to remove the toxic, remove all the unwanted stuff, and how do we put in the right ingredient to make sure that the body have enough right ingredient to rebuild the body? This is very, very important. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is how do you remove the rubbish out from the body, the toxin. okay, got to do with the most powerful colors of health. Now, I know many people do not do this at all. In fact, I know a lot of people don't do this at all. Is to try to get the most powerful, wholesome, all-rounder. Always order fruits and vegetables in 5 different colors, because based on the American Heart Association, the daily intake is supposed to be 25 grams to 28 grams of fiber in any colors, okay? And then you take already, this fiber is able to help you to remove the toxic out from your body, okay? Out from your body, from instead of residing in your colon system, all right? Now, all this fiber, if you add up together, taking all the vegetable, approximately take about 1 kilogram, okay? 1 kilogram. Now, well, let me explain to you why. Okay. Because 25 to 28 is about 1 kilogram. So the red color fruits and vegetables, what you should do is take a closer look. Red apples, cherries, cranberries, raspberries, red grapes, strawberries, red peas, watermelon, beetroots. Somebody need to mute. Somebody need to mute. It's very noisy now. Mute the mic, please. Mute the mic. 请静音好吗？请静音好吗？ Mute, please mute the mic. It's very noisy now. Somebody turn on the mic. 请大家静音好吗？OK 好，谢谢。Okay, very good. So what happened here is, okay, now besides the red color, now zoom in on the blue and purple. For example, the blackberries, the blueberries, the purple grapes, the raisin, the plums, the dry plums, the eggplant, and all that. These are classified as blue and purple, okay? Then the next group are what we call green color, okay? Avocados, green apples, green grapes, kiwi fruit, honeydew, melon, limes, green pea, peas, asparagus, broccoli, spinach, and zucchini. These are all green color stuff. Very, very good stuff. Later I'll explain to you what does all this color do later on, okay? Yellow and orange, or yellow or orange color. These are the 2 different types. Basically, yellow apple, apricot, yellow lemon is very important, okay? And then nectarine, oranges, butternut, squash, carrots. All these are classified as yellow or orange. Now the next group is white in color. This is very interesting. Bananas is white in color. Even though the skin is actually yellow on the outside, bananas is actually under white. Brown pears, the cauliflowers, mushroom, onion, parsley, these are all the white color stuff. So if you are not sure what color to eat in terms of fruits and vegetables to give you enough fiber intake, okay, just choose every time you go to a food court or you go to a mixed vegetable type, the mixed vegetable rice store, just choose 5 different colors, choose everyone, choose a little bit, and then you eat. You'll be surprised when you choose all 5 different colors. You don't need to eat other meat so much, and you don't need to eat other rice so much. You can eat a lot of vegetables actually, and fruits and vegetables, okay? So now let's zoom in. If you are able to take complete 5 different types of main color, what does it do for you? This is important. Let me show you. Okay. Basically, for the white color ones, okay, it is target purely on immune system support. For the yellowish and orange color, slight difference. The yellowish is targeted purely for your beauty, okay, for anything that enhance beauty from within. Anything that deals with orangey color is actually helping you to prevent specific target on cancer prevention, the orangey color, okay? Now, the red color ones is specific for your heart health, for your heart, okay? Purple color is targeted for longevity, okay, for longevity. Green color is specific for detoxification. Of course, there are some other technical detail below. So this is actually recorded. You don't have to worry. So you can click and then watch it again, no problem. Okay, in detail. So remember, I repeat one more time. For the white color, it's always on immunity support. The yellowish color, fruits and vegetable, is actually on beauty. The orange color is actually cancer prevention. The red in color is targeted for heart health. The purple color is for longevity. And the green color is for detoxification. Okay, bear in mind this. Now, having said this, okay, based on the American Heart Association and the statistics, most people only consume 10 to 15 grams of fiber, okay, or even lesser, as opposed to the 25 to 35 gram needed. They recommended you need 25 to 35 gram needed for you to be able to remove whatever rubbish from your digestive system, the toxic. Because if your rubbish dump, imagine in your house, every day after you dinner, after you cleaning, at the end of the day, you have a rubbish dump, trash bag, you need to tie up, you need to throw out the trash or drop it in the dustbin. But imagine that is your colon and your digestive system. Every day after every meal, you clean it out. If you never clean it out, imagine 15, 20 years, the rubbish dump never clear, your dustbin never clear. What will happen to your entire house? Ooh, bau. The minute you go in, it's very, very smelly. It's very, very toxic to be exact. So imagine that entire scenario is in your digestive system, in your colon. That's the reason why all diseases, all medical situation comes up. So to be healthy is not just one product, not one way. There are a few ways to do it together simultaneously, actually. This is very, very important. Okay, now understanding this, I will move on. So how do we know that we never eat enough? Take a closer look. On average, most of the meal that we are taking, it's approximately 8 grams, 7 grams of fiber, 10 grams of fiber. The maximum 22 grams is you eat salmon mixed with 5 different colors of beans and vegetables every single meal. Oh my God, you know how expensive that is? A salmon every meal, okay? Salmon mixed with all those, the whole chunk of vegetable salad at the back. So on average, most of the time, if let's say we only eat mee goreng or hor fan char kway teow, basically that one don't even have 7 grams of fiber actually, okay? So most of the time, 7 grams to 8 grams of fiber, if you prepare it correctly according to this table, then we have a chance to really able to take even more. But following this recipe, only maximum 8 grams or 7 grams. Can you imagine to take up to 25 to 35 grams? I tell you, at the end of the day, you will need to take 5 different colors in 1 kilogram every single day, just to try to match up with the fiber in it to flush out all the rubbish. Okay. So having said this, it's very difficult for people to do, and that's the reason why medical has always been the go-to solution, because we are not taking it out, we are not taking care of what we are eating, the sickness will definitely be there. Okay, so having said this, so what we want to do now is very simple. Take a closer look. Okay, I repeat one more time. This is exactly what's happening now. Basically, if you take a closer look, 100% goes in doesn't mean 100% will come out. Take a closer look, because we choose what we love to eat. All right, now when it doesn't come 100%, basically it stays in our colon. And this particular colon actually is 7.5 meter long in our stomach, in the center of the stomach, 7.5 meter long. Okay, everything is accumulated here. Whatever that's accumulated after a while is called toxin. Okay, all this toxin, because it's right in the center and it has no bone, it has no blood. So it has no muscle, it has no bone. So the whole thing is supported by inert energy. Now imagine it becomes overloaded, very heavy. The whole thing will press down. When it starts to press down, it will go below. For the normal man, when your colon goes down and it becomes heavy, basically you will get a very big stomach. All right, but for women, it's more dangerous. Why? Because when it presses down, it goes against your womb and your ovaries. That's the reason why you see a lot of women, upper body can see very, very beautiful, very shapely, but they will always have a Snoopy tummy. Okay, not to mention those big ones. I'm talking about even those slimmer ones. They will see a Snoopy tummy. When you see Snoopy tummy, basically means your colon actually is pressing downwards, forcing it onto the womb and the ovaries. Imagine the toxic coming out from there to link to your womb and your ovaries. It's very dangerous. Why? Let me show you. Because the whole colon is smack right in the center of the body. Okay, everything is linked with blood vessel. It links to places like our heart. It links to places like our lungs. It links to places like our liver and our kidney. Okay. Now, having said this, when these are all the individual compartments, when the toxic are going out into the body, you must always understand, these departments are called organs. Organs, if you go down smaller, you will see tissue. Tissue break down further, you see cells. And then from the organs, you form bigger, it will form system. System will form the body. So basically, you look at colon, it is not stand alone, it is interrelated. I repeat one more time, your rubbish dump, the colon digestive system, your gut is part of the entire system. Okay, so now imagine if we never take care of this, what will happen is all the toxic will spill out through the blood vessel into all the individual organs. When the individual organs are being affected, poisoned, basically the entire rejuvenation process will be affected. What's supposed to be absorbed cannot absorb properly. So you can take 10 capsule, 10 pack of fiber, 10 pack of ASENTAR. It will not be able to absorb properly. That's why I suggest everybody open capsule, put under the tongue. Because if you put inside, if your colon system is having this issue, basically your absorption rate will be very low. Understand what I'm trying to say? So we need to find a way to simultaneously clean it out so that you absorb. So in the beginning, always advise your customer or your clients, open up the capsule, put the powder under the tongue so that to help them absorb faster to kickstart the entire procedure. If not, you will take a closer look. Sometimes you have customer, after they take already the ASENTAR, they will say, hey, no effect, leh. Hey, I don't feel anything, leh. Because the whole system is like that. All jam already, how they accept, how they absorb, they can't even absorb anything actually in that sense. Okay. So having said this, now the logical way based on the whole structure. Now imagine, ask yourself, how do you stop the toxin from coming out? The only thing is don't affect your organ. Okay, you need to find a way to block, need to stop the toxic coming out from the colon. So the only way to do that is find fiber. Okay, anyone in the market or take fruits and vegetables, 5 different colors, take 1 kilogram of fruits and vegetables in 5 different color fiber a day, so that you can up to that 35 gram or 25-35 gram to help you to flush out. For me, I have been in this for so many years. So I have been using my own formulation, Fiber Gold, for the past 17 years to help me to clean up this entire situation. I look young because simultaneously, I also find ways and means to flush it out. Whatever I eat, I must flush it out. Because trust me, I also drink sometimes. I also take meat sometimes. In fact, if you ask me, we all can we be very, very clean in our diet? The answer is no. If we cannot be very clean, then we must find a way to take it out. So if you can find the fiber that you want from the market or from pharmacies or whatever, or Guardian or Watson or whatever, you can, okay? However, I never use those outside because I have a personal standard when it comes to natural ingredient to flush out the system. What we want is everything natural. Some of them outside, actually, they put in a lot of stuff that help you to actually purge your stomach. So to purge your colon, to purge so that you go toilet a lot of times. Actually, what we want is not to purge. What we want is actually remove everything out while at the same time able to protect the entire colon, the internal membrane of the cells. Okay, that's what we want to do. All right. So understand this take out already. Then the next question we have to ask, if we stop the toxic coming up from the colon, now, what happened to those already went into the colon, went into the organs, and then from the organs it will affect the tissue affect the cells. What happened to those? So very simple. Later I'll explain why that part is important, because ASENTAR will help to do that part. Now, if you are able to take enough fiber, okay, fruits and vegetables and everything else, when you go in, when you go out to poo in your toilet, you must always take a look, because your poo will always tell you what is going on in your system. Okay. Now take a closer look. If you see your fecal, your poo comes out, your poop comes out is brown in color, congratulations, it is very natural. Okay, naturally brown due to the bile produced in your liver. If it is green in color, food may be moving through your large intestine too quickly, or you could have eaten lots of green leafy veggie or green food coloring. If you have yellow, listen carefully, yellow, greasy, very bad smell, yellow poop, right? That indicates you have excess fat. Please take note, you have excess fat, which could be due to a malabsorption disorder like celiac diseases. Okay, please go and Google search all this terminology because of the time constraint here. All right. Next one, if you have black in color, oh my God, please take a closer look. If you see your poop is black, it could mean that you are bleeding internally due to ulcer or cancer. Some vitamins containing iron or bismuth subsalicylic could cause black poop too. In short, if you take a lot of medication, antibiotics, your poop will be black also. Okay, please take note, medication for the long run is never good for the body. All right, never. And see a doc if you were worried, please do so. Light color, white or clay color, if it is not what you normally have, suddenly you see this, it could mean basically your movement duct. That means your entire colon, the movement duct is actually having obstruction. Okay, some meat, okay, some medication will cause this also. Please see a doctor. The last one, which is more danger, blood stain or red in color. When you see blood in your poop, could be a symptom of cancer. Why? Before a colon cancer is formed, they will have a lot of pimple. I call it PUPS. It's pimple, P-U-L-P-S, pimples along the wall of the colon. So when your toxic coming out, you are supposed to come out. Those hardened stool, when they move, they will actually poke the pimple and pimple will burst. That's why you may have blood comes out. That's why they will always ask you, please advise to see a doctor. However, we have one particular ASENTAR associate channel partner. From the day one he already have constant bleeding from the back. So what I did was I shared with him the concept. So take ASENTAR, I think 4 to 5 packs a day plus fiber a day. Fiber in at night to help him to clean out. See, fiber is able to help him to move all the accumulated toxin out from the colon without hurting the membrane. Okay, that's the reason why I choose to use my own fiber in that sense. Okay, so basically move out already from there. Within 3 days, the bleeding stopped, everything stopped. This person you can find out from Miss Angeline is actually Javis. Actually, you can ask him for his usage. How does he use ASENTAR to help this entire process, and using fiber to this process, and then cut less meat and no more eating meat and eating seafood for the beginning of the 21 days. Bear in mind, you need to let your body rest to be able to do a lot of things. Okay. Next, the type of poop that comes out will determine the body structure, your colon structure condition. The only normal one is type 3 and type 4. If you have type 1, type 2, type 5, type 6, and type 7, please take note. Okay, you are having a lot of problem. If you're having type 1, means you're having severe constipation. Type 2 means lumpy and sausage like means you have mild constipation already. If you have type 5, soft with all the clear cut edge, right, lacking fiber, that means you don't have any fiber. If you, this is what we call one chunk, one small, a round color like goat shit like that. Then when you're having not enough fiber and having very bad constipation problem already. Okay, mushy consistency with rugged edges, right? This is having a mild diarrhea at the same time. If watery means severe diarrhea with no solid pieces. All right, please drink. If you never eat enough, drink a lot of water, flush it out in the beginning. Probably you will have this. So people who take a lot of fiber in the beginning, they will feel bloated. What? It's okay because they will absorb and they will flush it out. Okay, very good. Next, Q&A session. Now let's do a Q&A because this is important. Okay, any Q&A session? Let me see. Anyone having any questions? Okay, good. I think I hope I am not going too fast. Good evening. Okay, anyone? Okay, anybody got any questions on clearing your entire taking fiber intake to clear your colon, to clear whatever that's in your rubbish stuff? Bear in mind, every time when you take something, okay, remember when you take something that is your house, every time when you take something, cook something, the remaining, those that you want you cook, those that you want you throw into that rubbish stuff. All right, but the rubbish stuff need to be clear every day. Okay, just remember this. Once you understand this, you understand why taking fiber, fruits and vegetables in 5 different colors is very important. Okay, anyone got any question for me? Any questions? I see there's no QQQ. Okay, good. If no question, then I will move into the next one. So once we clear the rubbish, but what happened to those toxic that is already inside the organ, affecting the tissue, affecting the cells? That is where ASENTAR comes in. Okay, let me share with you to the next one. This is very important. Let me show you. Okay, good. Now you can see Q&A. No question means I will move on. Now, basically, what happened to the cells? All of us know the roots of the problem that we have is actually start from the cells, because cells form tissue, tissue form organs, and organs form system. Put all the system together, it forms the body. So when we check doctors say something wrong with us at the body, signs and symptoms. Basically, what is actually wrong? The cells is something wrong, because right between body and cell is the roots of the problem. Okay. Now, if it's the roots of the problem, do we solve the body or we solve the roots? Based on the apple tree phenomenon and the principle, we will always solve the roots first. Okay. So in order to solve the roots, we have to understand cells. If we break down further, you will find molecules. Molecules break down further, you will find atoms. Atoms, you break down further, you will see protons, neutrons, okay, and electrons. Okay, if I break it up into a drawing diagram, you will see this. Okay, now when it comes to protons, neutrons, electrons, there are always 4 sets of 8 4 pairs of 8 electrons. These are the ones that's circling the entire thing under the atoms. Now, basically, if today everyone that's attended secondary school in Singapore will know this is being taught in secondary school. But the problem is, how many of us actually keep the knowledge? Yeah, a lot of us are returned back to the teacher already. Alamak, kasih balik. We all give back to the teacher already. So that's the problem, is it? Because we give back to the teacher, we don't even know that this is very important for us. If you are able to master this and remember this, we don't need the doctor, you know now. Okay, now let's zoom in further. All right. Under the normal circumstances, the protons, the neutrons, and the electrons, these are very stable state. However, in our natural metabolism process, oxygen will be produced. When oxygen produced, it will oxidize. Okay, oxidation will start. Okay, it's the same idea like when we are driving a car. We step on the accelerator. Okay, jam on the accelerator, there will always be gas producing. Okay, there will always be gas producing. So when that happens, okay, oxidation start, then one electron will go missing. Okay, when one electron go missing, the whole atom become unstable. Then the new name will form. It's called free radical. Okay, now this free radical, when they have this issue of missing electrons, what they will do, the scarier part, they will go to the next, okay, they will go to the next family to snatch the electrons. Other people's men become own husband, other people's wife, a woman become own wife. This is what I call the third party. In Chinese called xiao san. So always remember, when you have a sickness or disharmony in the body, is because all the electrons are snatching each other. There's a lot of third party mistrust situation happening. So when the one being snatched, they will snatch a next person. So all in all, the whole thing after 10-20 years will be chaotic. On top of all the food that we are taking. Why? Because throughout the metabolism process, what causes missing electron? What causes free radical? Smoking, alcohol, the air that we breathe in, the food that we take in, the rubbish that we take in that we never take out, okay? And then the electronics, the handphone that we are using. So basically, there's a lot of chances the third party, the free radical, will be created. When that happens, situation arises. So now we need to find a way, okay, to make sure we are able to have something to solve this problem. Is there? There is. In the nature, there's this particular ingredient where they have a lot of free electrons. If you are able to consume it, the electrons is able to replace the missing electrons to make them couple again. So 4 sets of 8 electrons, once they are coupled, stabilized, the free radical situation resolved. Okay? Free radical situation resolved. We just need to find a way to cut the third party symptom. Okay? Now, where can we find this? This ingredient is actually called antioxidant. Many people heard of it, but they do not know that what does it do. It's just a terminology. So antioxidant is exactly this ingredient to help us resolve all the free radical condition. Now, in the market, naturally, there is this ingredient called astaxanthin. It's red in color. The ORAC value, means the antioxidant level value, is 2.8,022,200. It's one of the highest, in fact, the highest when it comes to antioxidant level. Okay. Now, why is it so high? Why is it considered the king of all antioxidants? Because scientifically, it is 6,000 times more potent than vitamin C. When we want to take vitamin C for immune system, the truth is, it's not vitamin C. It's the antioxidant level in the vitamin C that we want, not vitamin C. Because if we take too much of vitamin C, we will become overdose on vitamin C. Okay, please take note. When we take too much of vitamin C, we will become overdose on vitamin C. What we want is the antioxidant level in the vitamin C. So if antioxidant level, we might as well take astaxanthin. Will be very good. So ASENTAR inside have this specific ingredient called astaxanthin, which is why we say we are the most natural, most powerful cell food. Okay, once we take this in, solve the free radical, cut the third party symptom, the whole thing stabilized. When atoms stabilize, molecules stabilize, and molecules stabilize, cells stabilize, cells stabilize, tissue stabilize, tissue stabilize, organs stabilize, system stabilize, and body will be stabilized. When the whole system stabilizes, the first thing they will do is they'll go through what we call a 4R process. Okay, 4R process. That means to remove whatever that's not supposed to be there, re-strengthen whatever that was weakened, and then repair whatever that was being damaged, re-defense from further damage from the free radical. However, throughout the whole process, they all will need two things for the cells. Okay, one will be the nutrients and energy, cell nutrients and cell energy. So in ASENTAR, we put in another ingredient called Chlorella sorokhiana. Okay, Chlorella sorokhiana, basically what it does is to put in to support all the nutrients, all the energy level that is needed for the cell to function on the 4R, from remove to re-strengthen to repair and then to redefense. Okay, so both side by side, the red ingredient and the green ingredient. Now you understand why it is so powerful if you couple it properly with diet and everything else. Okay, now always remember, many people say there are so many health supplements outside. Of course, there's a lot of health supplements. The key is whatever health supplement there is in the market, always bear in mind ISO. First, what are the ingredients? Second, the source of the ingredient come from where? And then third, is originated from where? A lot of the chances are some of the health supplement that they talk about very, very cheap, but it came from China. Now, that doesn't mean China's health supplement quality not so good. But however, in the entire market, there's certain perception that if they are able to come out the black heart milk powder, or they have something called mixing ceramic into whatever it is. So basically, when it comes to food, there are still certain perception that it is not so safe over there. So even though they are from China, they may be very good, but it takes a while for us to be really willing to test them. Okay, so for us, we don't do that. What we want to do is to make sure Singapore is a very strict country. We want to make sure everything is done properly. All right, so they can be from US, they can be from Malaysia, they can be from anywhere. No matter where they come from, what is more important is check first the ingredient. Does the ingredient itself have clinical studies that comes with it to prove what the ingredient can do? Many people can say all the things they want. You go to a pharmacy, you go to a Guardian, you go to anywhere, you check, and you go to the sales assistant, you ask them, you ask the sales girl, this particular one now, they claim here can do this, can do this. Do you have clinical study to prove this particular ingredient can do this or not? Or do you have this particular ingredient to show that the supplement can actually do this based on what they claim on the packaging? But the truth is, a lot of them, ingredient doesn't come with clinical studies. For us in the center, it's different because both the ingredient each comes with clinical studies to prove what they can do. And then after formulation together, that's why it becomes so powerful. Secondly, we want to make sure we source top quality, all natural ingredient. So our ingredients are sourced from USA and Japan, and it's original, formulated, made in Singapore. So that makes us the most powerful cell food in Singapore, and it's the safest cell food ingredient ever for our human cells. The truth is, if today I don't need to eat anything else, just eat ASENTAR, I will just take ASENTAR. Fruits and vegetables, that's it. Don't need to take anything. You understand what I'm trying to say? Okay, take it as a full meal. Can or not? Understand? Can. But at this point, because of the hungry, we feel hungry. So it's not a meal replacement. Okay. Now understand this, then move on to the next stage. Now, how many of you remember this? ASENTAR antioxidant level versus others. Okay, I think everybody know 6,000 times on vitamin C, 3,000 times on resveratrol, 800 times stronger than CoQ10, 500 times stronger than green tea catechin, 500 times stronger than vitamin E, 75 times stronger than alpha lipoic acid, 40 times stronger than beta carotene, and 17 times stronger than grapeseed extract. Now, any one of you ever ask you, what do they really mean? What does vitamin C really do? Let's zoom in, okay? Basically, for vitamin, 6,000 times stronger than vitamin C. For what? Because vitamin C is able to alleviate sore joints and muscle also, okay? Now, in short, vitamin C's role in the human body. Vitamin C is necessary for the growth, development, and repair of all body tissue. Its function include of collagen, absorption of iron, the immune system, wound healing, and maintenance of cartilage and your teeth. Okay, that's the function of vitamin C. All right. However, the synthetic vitamin C that we have outside, you cannot go overdose. If you go overdose on that, then there will be a lot of problems. The body become a lot of acid. Okay. Now, next. So we want the antioxidant level in the vitamin C, but not the vitamin C. Understand? Huh? Okay. Now, next, resveratrol. 3,000 times stronger than resveratrol. What does resveratrol do? Basically, it is able to help in cancer and heart diseases. What does resveratrol do? Basically, it is part of a group of compounds, okay, polyphenols. They brought together act like antioxidant, protecting the body against damage. There can be higher risk for things like cancer and heart problem. Common resveratrol supplements are made from the red wine and red grape extract. Okay, that's the common one. Next one, 800 times stronger than CoQ10. You look at that, it look like internal organs. Actually, no. Most of the CoQ10 are synthetically derived from cow, animal, or the internal organs that they have and make into a pills. Okay, they are synthetically produced. Okay, so basically it is not 100% vegan. So if you are a vegan, then you cannot take CoQ10 actually. Okay, anti-aging, reversal, external aging, wrinkles, and sun damage. That's what CoQ10 do specifically. Basically, coenzyme 10, they call it coenzyme Q10, is an antioxidant. All right, body produces naturally, our cells uses. That means our internal organs also can produce CoQ10. We don't have to take CoQ10. Understand what I'm trying to say now? So if many people try to sell you the fact that take CoQ10, you don't need. You just need to put in the right stuff. The body internally, our internal organs will produce CoQ10. We don't need to take CoQ10 from outside. Understand? Huh? Okay, our cell uses CoQ10 for growth and maintenance. Level of CoQ10 decreases as we age. So CoQ10 level have also been lower in people with certain condition with heart disease. Okay, with diseases. So what you need to do is very important. Take the right stuff in so that the body can produce CoQ10 and maintain, so that it will not drop as we age. Understand? Active aging doesn't mean our CoQ10 can drop. So ASENTAR take more, give it more antioxidant so that the body can produce natural CoQ10. We don't need to take CoQ10 outside. Okay. Next one, green tea catechin. Now, can you drink green tea? The answer is, look at Japanese. They are long-lived. They have a lot of long life. Okay. So take green tea because of this particular catechin. Basically, it's able to do a prevention and protection from cells and molecular damage. All right. Green tea catechin is about 30%. All right. Polyphenol weight, including large amount of catechin, ECG. Catechin are natural antioxidant. It prevents cell damage and provide other benefit substances and can reduce the formation of free radical. So this specifically what it do for this particular one. Okay. And then protecting cells and molecules from further oxidation. Okay. So remember this, all the things that I'm talking about clinically is proven. Okay. Next, 500 times vitamin E. What's vitamin E for? It helps prevent blood pressure. Basically, vitamin E is an antioxidant that occurs naturally, such as nuts, seeds, and leafy green vegetables. E is a fat-soluble vitamin important, okay, for many body parts. Prevention of hardening of the artery, attack, chest pain, leg pain due to block and high blood pressure. Okay, vitamin E is important. All right, next one. 75 times on alpha lipoic acid. This is another one that's synthetically produced. It helps diabetics and nerve-related symptoms. Okay, please take a closer look. Alpha lipoic acid. Okay, hold on now. I see there is, okay, made in laboratory. Basically, remember this, alpha lipoic acid, it is made in the laboratory for a lot of pharmaceutical medicine. All right. Actually, you take spinach, broccoli, and potato is also very, very good. That's why I say if you are, these are all classified. The broccoli is green in color, spinach is green in color. All right, potato is actually white in color. So the best way to couple with ASENTAR is to take fruits and vegetables in 5 different colors. Take 1 kilogram per day. If you cannot, then find a way to get fiber intake to help you to remove. Okay, side by side at the same time. Next, beta carotene. Carrot. Okay, what does beta carotene mean? 40 times stronger than beta carotene. Then let's take a closer look. It prevents cataract, macular degeneration, and glaucoma. The human body converts beta carotene into vitamin. Okay, I can't see this. Okay, but you guys can read. And then we basically it's a precursor for vitamin A. We need this for healthy skin and mucous membrane. Our immune system, good eye health, and vision is all based on beta carotene. All right, bear in mind. Basically, we can eat this through carrot, but can you imagine take 3-4 kilograms of carrot every day? I tell you, your skin become yellow color if you mix with rice. Okay, next one. Grapeseed extract, 17 times stronger. What does grapeseed extract do? It helps in poor circulation and high cholesterol. Grapeseed extract helps with a type of poor circulation, okay, and high cholesterol people. So people say, can I drink red wine? The answer is when you drink red wine, it provided there's no alcohol inside. But after fermentation, there's alcohol inside. So it's not the red wine that is no good, but it's the alcohol inside the red wine not so good. So everything drink balance. If that's it, might as well take the grapeseed better directly or take ASENTAR faster. 1 packet, everything inside is settled already. Okay. So next one. Now, how do we know these are true? Okay, just curious. How many of you have seen this? just now whatever I said. This is the human clinical studies that we have. Okay, take a closer look. That comes with our ingredient, natural astaxanthin, comprehensive human clinical study. So anyone that tells you that they also have, ask them for this paper. Today, with our ASENTAR ingredient, basically astaxanthin, take a closer look. We are, okay, 60, hold on, take a closer, it's 6,000 times on vitamin C stated in the clinical studies. For those people who want to see this, please check with our marketers. Basically, they will have all the information specifically, okay? Up to this stage, many people ask me, what if I don't do anything? After listening, I feel that health is a supplement very expensive. I don't have money to pay for it or use it. Well, when it comes to sickness, the ultimate condition is cancer. Okay, let's take a closer look at what's going on. Basically, what is the top 5 cancer in Asia? All right, take a closer look. Lip oral cavity, lung cancer, colorectal, which is your colon cancer, liver cancer, and stomach cancer. Okay, now take a closer zoom in specific for male. Please take a look. Is lip and the oral cavity, because maybe because of smoking, whatever. Now the reason why you get this, please, every morning when you wake up, look at your tongue. If your tongue have white color, please take the tongue tonsure to clean it up, because tongue is one of our detoxification channel. If you don't clean your tongue, basically after accumulation, your tongue will have that problem. Okay, tongue will have a lot of virus and bacteria. Please find a way to clean your tongue every morning. All right, lung, colorectal, liver, and stomach for female. For ladies, breast cancer, cervix, uterine, ovary, lung, and colorectal. Notice the common one is colorectal, means your colon. That's the reason why I say when you take a ASENTAR, you must take 1 kilogram fruits and vegetables, 5 different colors if you can. Cannot find a way, go and get fiber to take and flush it out. Then you will see the immediate effect very, very fast. Okay, simultaneously clearing the rubbish, at the same time helping your body getting the right ingredient to repair the entire situation. Okay, next. Now, if you do a Google search, what is the medical and hospital cost for a cancer patient? How much does a treatment for cancer cost? Well, average cost treatment is about 150,000 in Singapore. Is this expensive? Well, I don't know. You tell me. 150,000. Ours is only $188 per box for a 1 month to 2 month treatment, but this is actually 150,000 when you reach there. Okay, basically, if you understand. However, there's a difference in treatment costs. Averaging 100,000 to 200,000 yearly. It's not one time, it's yearly, the cancer. Okay, and that's why once you get cancer, your expenditure yearly will be between 100,000 to 200,000 yearly. So if today you don't care what we are talking about, you are not going to take any action to take care of your own health or whatever it is, please make sure you are very, 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 very rich, and you have a lot of money standby, 100,000, 200,000 yearly, every year to spend. Then good for you. If not, please don't. Okay, it will be very, very painful. Next, you do a Google search again. What is the medical and hospitalization cost again? Zoom in. Okay, typically the cost of radiation therapy, listen carefully, radiation therapy estimated, it's approximately about 8,600 okay per quarter, to 7,300 to 10,300 for breast cancer, 9,000 for lung cancer, 18,000 for prostate cancer. Bear in mind, 18,000 for all the men. Men are the most yaya papaya. Oh, I am very healthy. Even when they're not healthy, they say they are very healthy. Got pain, they don't want to admit. They got problem here, problem there, they don't want to say because of ego problems. Men, remember, if you kena prostate cancer, your minimum expenditure is 18,000. Okay, don't play. All right. If you love your family, love your children, don't try to be a jerk and having sickness but don't want to do anything about it. Don't want to take care of your own health. Okay, please do not do so. Be a responsible man since you're the man of the house. When you are sick, it's not individual, but it's a whole family thing. Okay. Next, cancer survival rate for Singapore. When they have uterus cancer, woman is 92.3% success rate. For the rest, take a closer look. Liver cancer success rate, Singapore 23%, woman 22%. Lung cancer is only 10.9% for men, woman is 14.3%. So for those men who are smoking, that, no, I'm smoking, nothing wrong. When lung cancer comes, the survival rate is 10.9%, and still got to pay 5 figure, 6 figure every month. Okay. Many people. Many people say that smoking will not cause lung cancer. Well, when you smoke is 50-50. When you don't smoke, it's 100% lesser the risk of the 50%. Okay, but the choice is yours. All right. Now, next one, if you do a Google search for an 80-year-old, should they go for chemotherapy? First, there is no reason to deny older people for adequate cancer therapies on chemotherapy. Somebody please off mute. Rashid, please mute your what? Rashid Riza, please mute your microphone. Thank you very much. Okay. So one size does not fit all. So about 180-year-old may tolerate a standard course of the chemotherapy, others may not. But what is more important? One size does not fit all. They say only, but you realize that everyone that goes through cancer, they all give you the same. They all give you the same treatment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like standard operating procedure like that. Okay. Okay. Next one. How much does lung cancer surgery cost? Very simple. For patients who receive no treatment, the cost of healthcare in the month of lung cancer diagnosis range from $10,631 to $13,404. After subtracting average pre-diagnosis cost of $645 per month, we can estimate that the diagnosis and staging costs about $10,000 to $13,000 in standard clinical practice during the study period. Belum even start treatment, only diagnosis stage only. Okay, already 10,000 to 13,000. Is this cheap or expensive? Everybody know your own answer. Huh? Is this very cheap medical bill? The answer is not really. Yeah. Okay, $645,000 every single month. Belum start treatment, only diagnosis stage only. Okay, pre-diagnosis stage. All right. Now 10,000 to 13,000 on a standard clinic. Next, moving forward. This is a chart I researched from DBS. Take a closer look. It's a bank statement of all the medical and hospital costs, medical bill. Okay, you tell me health supplement expensive. Let's take a closer look at medical. Okay, chemotherapy, public hospital center subsidized one. Average is 2,000. Okay, private hospital is 5,000. For lung scope, okay, basically subsidized 3,000, private not subsidized 20,000. All right, and then for lungs with abnormal growth, standard one is 1,003. Inpatient private one is 8,008. Lungs with abnormal growth, standard is 2,006. Private one is 25,000 Sing dollar. Okay, by DBS, stated very clearly. Now, how much does colon cancer treatment cost in Singapore? Just now was lung, now it's colon. Let's take a closer look. The average cost for treatment of colon cancer or colorectal cancer in Singapore is ranged between 10,000 to 35,000. Okay, let's take a closer look under DBS to verify the data. All right. Diagnosis without biopsy. With or without biopsy is $1,200 standard, but day surgery is 2,005. Okay. Surgery to remove part of the large intestine, standard is 5,000. Private is $37,903. All right. Surgery to remove part of the end of the large intestine and rectum is 5,005 for normal. For private is $47,000. Okay. Surgery to remove cancerous growth in your breast and your underarm, standard is 2,000. Private is 23,000. Okay. Day surgery to remove single growth in the breast is 919 standard, but 9,000 in private. Day surgery is 7,000. Surgery to remove entire prostate and surroundings, standard is $10,590. Private is $53,326. Is this cheap? Is this expensive? Or very, very expensive? In short, if you want to age gracefully, make sure if you're not taking care of your health now, not eating healthily now, you better make sure your bank have a lot of money in the bank just to stand by for this. Okay. Next one. Surgery to remove entire prostate and surrounding, standard is 10,000 plus. Private is 53,326. Endoscopy with or without biopsy, standard is 1,005. Private is 7,000. Day surgery is 1,009. Stomach, liver, or pancreatic cancer, but not very severe complication. Severe one, want to say not severe one. Standard 1,009, private is 8,005. Now, I want everybody just to think now, look through and listen. This is actually a statement by the DBS. It is all in the 5 figure when we are sick. And there is no bargaining power, no bargaining chip. You cannot negotiate discount. You cannot ask for discount. Okay, you cannot ask for discount actually when it comes to medical. Okay, so after knowing all these costs of being sick, okay, would you want to be sick, painful and broke or not? Do you want? I think we all don't want that, right? Okay, or would you want to be healthy, young and energetic? I think we will choose the second one. All of us will choose the second one. Okay, so the key question you must always ask your customer and ask yourself, would you want to be sick, painful and broke, or would you want to be healthy, young and energetic? The answer is always young and energetic. Okay, if you want to be healthy, young and energetic, then all you need to do is just $3.13 per day commitment. You can set your body condition away from sickness. Why? Because ASENTAR, if you take all the calculation, basically it's about $3 plus per day only. Okay, now let me do a summary of this. The apple tree. The apple tree summary is very important. Basically, when apple tree comes out bad apple, when we go to see a doctor, the doctor will give us all the medicine in the world to help us to solve the uncomfort condition, but they will never be able to make the bad apple become a good apple, a new apple again. So the next question you're going to ask yourself, when the apple tree continue to come out bad apples, okay, what is actually happening now? Is the tree being the problem or the apple being the problem? The most logical question, it is always the apple tree having the problem. If the apple tree having the problem, then we have to go in and take a closer look under the tree. What happened to all the roots? Okay, something must be very wrong. So over here with the roots, basically there's always two parts that is going on. One, toxin overload, too much of toxin. Second, not enough right ingredient for the tree, for the body to actually rejuvenate. Based on the law of life, it's very simple. Skin cell renew every 28 days. Red blood cells renew every 25 days, 125 days. Body renew every 7 years except the bone, because the bone takes about 10 years. In short, for a human body, just an apple tree, every 7 to 10 years, the whole body reset, become brand new. The key is during these 7 to 10 years, what did you do? What are you going to do? Okay, what ingredient? Basically, are you removing the toxin out from the body and putting in the right ingredient into the body? So over here, what I did for the past 17 years is when it comes to toxin, I use fiber to remove. When it comes to ingredient, I use ASENTAR ingredient to put in. So put in the right stuff, remove all the unwanted stuff. Okay. Now, basically, everybody say health supplement, health costs money. Well, I have shown you what DBS statement is. How about sickness? Medical, it costs money as well. However, when it comes to sickness, you are buying painful. It's a painful process. Okay. But when it comes to health, it's a happiness process. Why? Happiness, you can have a healthy body, do whatever you want and move, enjoy everything, traveling, everything with all your family members and loved ones. And when you are pain, you pain alone. Okay, remember this, when you are falling sick, when you are painful, you are always painful alone. And it is not your own thing. It affects everybody around you when you're in pain. Okay. So now the key question, both we need to pay money. One is before, one is after. Okay. Now the next key question is, since we're going to pay money, you want to pay money to buy pain or you want to pay money to buy happiness? For me, it's very simple. Both need to pay money. I might as well pay money to buy happiness. How about you? Are you a logical and smart person? Smart people will always pay money. Either way, pay. Either you buy pain or you buy happiness. I would rather pay for my happiness in that sense. Okay. I believe everyone in ASENTAR understand this and understood this. That's the reason why we carry forward with a mission. Our mission is to help every single one able to understand this, and let's fight the war against diseases. Okay. To be able to age healthily and actively. Don't go to the bed and sick and then age. No point. Okay. That is very, very bad. Now Q&A, very good. Okay, stop sharing. Now, I have more or less, this is the second session, more or less done. So anyone has any question to ask? Wow, I see so many people. Okay, good. Question, anybody? Hello, come back. You can turn on your video cam now. Yeah, Wow. How? Anyone? Wow, everybody, are you still there? Because I see everybody turn off the video cam, so don't know whether you guys are still there. Okay. Hello, Joanne. Okay. Hello, good. So,
no question.
okay. Anybody, Tuti, anyone have any questions?
So far, no.
So far, no questions. Okay. Joanne, your side, any question? I think English is more clear, right? English is more clear, more specific. Yeah. I think the flow is a lot better. How about other people? Julie, Raymond, June, Colin, Max, Vivian, Fifi, Eason Hong from KL. Any questions? CJ, Magic, Ewan, anyone? Eileen, Kelly, Muhammad, Alfred. Yeah, anyone have any questions? I see Osman. Good. Okay. So anywhere have many more questions? If no questions asked, then I'm going to yeah, so far no problem, very clear, Eason answer. Okay, good. I believe in English I'm able to express a lot more freely. I'm able to explain in detail and in a specific point. The message is driven very clearly across versus Chinese. My Chinese not so good, so
Yes.
my Chinese when I speak not so good sometimes. So I think English one will always be the first preferred mode of language for communication. So since there's nobody having any questions, please feel free. If you do have question, text your marketing support, text your introducer or your upline. Either find out once you have any problem, you guys can always connect to the leader and then form a chat group. I will be able to help. I'm always here to help because our competitor is not any other company, not any other brand or product. Our competitor is actually disease. Okay, disease is the one that we are trying to compete. 病魔 in Chinese, the sickness, the devil of sickness. Basically, we want to make sure we are able to compete with them in terms of time. As we age, the danger is there. But if we are able to maintain a very conscious, logical knowledge about what health is all about, we can adjust and we can fight this together. Okay. So if no questions, without further ado, I thank you very, very much for tonight's attendance. All of you are awesome. You stick throughout the whole session. Nobody drop out actually. Okay, terima kasih. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, God bless all of you. Let's have a wonderful, healthy and young and vibrant body for many years to come. Okay, so with this,
Thank you
very much.
Good night. Okay,
Thank
good
you.
night. Okay, good night. Hey, good night.
Thanks a lot. I like your apple tree.
Thank you. Bye.